there, Battle Brothers, and welcome to another video, and welcome to another review video. Well, guess what? Today we are reviewing yet another installment in the Horus Heresy series, and we are reviewing the Kaban project by Graham McNeill. Is it by Graham McNeill? It is by Graham McNeill, a short story that is a part of the Shadows of Treachery anthology, which is the 22nd book in the Horus Heresy series, and I've read it on my Kindle because the physical editions of most of the Horus Heresy books are still out of print and unavailable, only available through the second-hand market, which can be very pricey at times on them eBays. However, this short story kind of holds a special place at my heart right now. Why? Well, because it made me decide something that I had not known I would do. And that is to finally go back and read the Mechanicum. And yes, this is the 22nd volume. I've said on multiple occasions in my videos that I skipped two so far, but I went ahead and read like one or two books in advance, which of course is fine because, as I said, the books in the Horus Heresy series are not always written in a chronological order as far as the order of events compared to the order of publication, which means that you can just, if you read the initial 5 volumes, you can go ahead and read the Garo novel, which is the way into the series, near the ending, right, actually. But one of the books that I skipped is Mechanicum, because I didn't really feel like reading about the Mechanicum, this being the least of the interesting factions for me. After reading this, I'm very much interested in what else I will read about. And on top of that, I think, I'm pretty sure is that this is like a prequel to that novel, to the Mechanicum. So, I'm going to do that. We are following in this short story. I needed to look at my notes because when you read about 15 short stories and novellas one after another, the names tend to blend. Pallas Ravakol, which is an adept 3rd class. So this is the protagonist, and he takes care of fighting services. And during one of his shifts, he encounters a machine that the Mechanicum has just developed, and the machine is called Kaban, and it is a machine blessed with the artificial intelligence. And that's the story. Why is it so interesting? Because when the Emperor, beloved by all, made peace with Mars and allied with Mars finally, so that they can mutually help each other, and so that the Emperor can provide them with all the technological inventions and knowledge that was lost to Mars during the dark period before the Emperor came. And so, of course, then in return, the Mechanicum can make weapons and all that war requires for the Empire or the Imperium. They made a deal. The Emperor said, you can't do artificial intelligence, can't make it. That's one of the taboos. You don't even approach that. No. Why? Because a long time ago, artificial intelligence existed and it ended up very badly for humans. And this is what the main character knows as well. He recognizes the Kaban project for what it is, and he contemplates about it, and he says this cannot end up well. Artificial intelligence will inevitably turn on humans because it will realize that it doesn't need humans, that in fact it is enslaved by the humanity and it wants to get rid of its slaver. The problem is, he kind of makes friends with the machine, and the machine really truly starts believing that it is his friend. And so our protagonist has to deal with this dilemma. And it is, of course, right before the schism of Mars. The schism meaning, of course, the ones on the side of the Emperor and the ones siding with Horus. Quite obviously, Horus is not the Emperor, and he supports the creation of AI, and he offers interesting things to those who side with him, not only as far as the creation and development and research of artificial intelligence goes, but other things as well. And so, even though I haven't read the Mechanicum, I know that there was a schism on Mars, and I will read about it very shortly. Actually, when I finish this particular collection, I will go straight back and read the book that I've been talking about for the last 5 and, well, almost 6 minutes, the Mechanicum. So, quite obviously there are forces already and personas and personalities on Mars that are already siding with Horus, and it is not in their, or for their own good, that Pallas Rabakol gets this news out of Mars and into the open and to the Imperium. And so they will quite obviously try to stop him in any means possible. And as the short story, I will not tell you what the ending is. Actually, I should put a spoiler warning at the beginning of this video, but I don't think that if you have only started with Warhammer 40k and 30k, or that if you haven't read any of the previous Horus Heresy novels, you will jump straight into reading this short story. That would be silly. You would understand absolutely nothing. You might understand a thing or two, but I don't recommend that at all whatsoever. What I do recommend is, quite obviously, read the first 21st novels first. That's a lot of first. And only then go and read this anthology. Don't be me, don't be Brother Law, don't skip Mechanicum, read it. I do enjoy stories written by Graham McNeill, very much indeed, and not only am I looking forward to reading well, the rest, but especially the next book. And you know, I think that's pretty normal with Warhammer 40k and 30k, that you're kind of putting something in the background, saying, yeah, I'm not really interested in that aspect of the universe at the moment, but eventually you will come back to it. And I needed to check, that's why I was looking down. The Mechanicum is the 9th volume, and it was written by Graham McNeill as well, so that's kind of right. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the Emperor protects.